What's going on, everybody? This is Talking with Hype. I have Dee Gray with me tonight. Dee, how we doing, man?
Man, I'm doing good, man. Excited, man, to come talk some ball, man, and in real life, man, always.
Yeah, getting that first W, man. I mean, we spoke a while back, but you actually got on the field, game one, want to know that mentality. Right off the
Yep.
bat, 60 some odd yards, man. Jamar throwing it up, man. And the dude was never touched. Nobody touched him. What happened?
Yeah, man, it was crazy, man. I mean, first of all, man, it's been crazy, man. To backtrack a little bit, man, we talked before. It was months away before I even got down here, man. We had no expectations, man. You've been hyped on me, man, and excited for me since day one, man. And came down here, took care of business, man, and earned that starting right guard spot, and which you already had in your mind was gonna happen anyway. But overall, man, it's a great group of guys, man. Like to go out there and compete, man. It's a great culture down here. Skip does a great job taking care of us, man, and just making sure that we feel comfortable, that we're having fun, that the game never lose that part of the aspect of the game of having fun. And I think that's the part that makes it easier for us on Saturdays and Sundays when we go out and compete as a team, man, that we just having fun, man. We don't feel beat up and things like that. So, man, like, am I shocked that happened? No, because at the end of the day, we worked for it and we knew it was going to happen because it's all about us. It's all about what we do up front and on the rest of the team. Because when we do our job and do what we're supposed to, the receivers, Austin made a hell of a play. He did what he's supposed to do, man. The ball's going to be a lot of touchdowns. And as you see, it reflected on the scoreboard. Last year, I think it was what was the score? Like a 3-point game win. The Stallions beat them like what?
30, yeah. Championship?
Yeah, it was a close one, man. Against the Generals last year.
Oh, against the Generals.
It was a close one last year, I think. I mean, it was a close one. I mean,
yeah,
it was close all game, and we made an effort this game, man. I told the O-line, man, we ain't the same team as last year. Yeah, y'all won a championship, but we better this year than we was last year, and we shouldn't. No team should be able to compete with us, man. We do our shit. I don't mean to curse, but do our shit. And there ain't gonna be too many people out here that's gonna be able to mess with us, man. Up front, we're the most physical team and first player bet, man. I mean, we took care of business, man. We wanted to win 60 yards deep, man, and we ain't messing around.
Bro, that was crazy. Like, it just goes up, and I'm like, oh damn, this is it. And then like he just rolls into the end zone. It's a touchdown. I'm like,
dude, don't even touch him, man. It's crazy, man. That was just poor awareness on that guy, man. And I guess it was a big bomb, man. But don't make it worse by just sitting there pouting and not paying attention, man. Get the guy down the 1 yard line. But obviously, man, he wasn't taught well, poor training, also just bad body language, man. He just said hell with it and gave us a free touchdown. We appreciate it, man. But yeah, man, New Jersey's a good team, though, man. Overall, it was a great team, man. I think that they got great players, great pieces up front, man. The D-line is very aggressive, very strong, very agile, and I mean, we was a better front that day. But I'm not doubting my mind. I don't think that they won't give other people in this league trouble up front. They got a pretty good D-line.
No, definitely. You mentioned that one of those mentality. That those body aches after the game, but it feels, of course, much better when it's a W. You know what I mean?
So, yeah, man. That's part of the game, man. Every day you just gotta get 1% better every day, man. And I feel like that's what we do every day during camp, man. We just kept putting 1 foot forward every day. And we just made it our business, man, to go take care of business and make sure we do our part. And just go 1-0 every week, man. Forget going 10-0. Let's go 1-0 every week, and then the rest will take care of itself. And that's just kind of where we at, man, up front. And I keep talking about up front because I really take pride in my unit up front that we all won, man. I really love our guys up front, man, because we got a good brotherhood and a great group of guys. We got 9 in the room, 8 in the room or something like that. And all them solid guys, man, all them able to play. As you're seeing, we had a little rotation going and getting out of the guys' snaps and stuff like that. So, man, the only person who can stop us is us at this point.
No, definitely. And we love the O-lines. You guys, when it comes to football in general, O-line is the hardest position there possibly can be. You know what I mean? You have to have so many things are going on, during the play, before the play. You guys have to know so much. Your IQ has to be so high, and people don't realize how hard of a position the offensive line really is. And that's why when it comes to the O-line, we show a lot of love, so it's just crazy on, when you guys break it down, how much goes into just one play, before the snap. It's just incredible. So
yeah, man, it definitely takes a lot to just film study and knowing your opponent, man. 90, man. Like Toby Johnson's a great player, man. He seemed
It's
to
that
be a
guy,
great.
Toby. Yeah.
He's as a veteran guy in this league, and I mean, me and Toby had some words before the game, competitive words. I mean, it was a little spicy. He wanted 77. I gave him 77. That's my guy now. I like Toby, but I knew exactly what he was going to hit me with every play because I watched film and I watched film from him even in back in NFL days. I watched everything I could find on him, and I came in fully prepared for a guy like him, man. That didn't take it easy on me. I didn't take it easy on him. We went out and competed, and I knew that he was a guy that liked to sideswipe. I knew that he's not going to take on no blocks. So that's what I did. I made sure I prayed for him to sideswipe. And that's just coming and just being a veteran guy, just watching film and knowing your opponent. That's kind of how with you guys when y'all do podcasts and you don't go into a podcast not knowing who the guy is. Y'all just wake up and say, oh, wow, we got Dee Gray today. No, you knew I was coming. You knew exactly what I like to do. You knew where I played at. You know everything about me, right? Same thing with football, man. The more you know, the better and smoother things will go. So.
No, absolutely. And the biggest thing that, TV, when the broadcast was going on, the false start, everyone was, replaying that false start with Toby Johnson, just, knocked the center right over. And I saw your arms go up like, what's going on? That false start was like, great.
First down. Because in the day I knew Toby was itching, man. I knew it, and I got in a huddle, and I think Alex was in the huddle at the time, and I was like, he's like, man, something on one. I said, no, on two. He's ready. He think he got one. He's 10 off in our center. I think he got one. Let's go on two. And then went on two, and lo and behold, he jumped off sides. I was just laughing. I knew it, and I was like, yep, we got you. We got you. And I was like, first down, Stallions. Thank you. We appreciate it. And we appreciate the breather, too, because you got to stop the clock and all that. Appreciate the breather as well, too. So I was like, so I said, we got back in the huddle. I said, let's go on two one more time because you want to do it two in a row. Do it again. Then Al got jumped. I was like, oh, my God. Jameer jumped because he jumped again. He jumped again, and Jameer jumped. I was like, man. But I was like, we got you again. You lucky Al got jumped. But, man, you got a little nature of football, man. Just going to compete every week, man, and building relationships with your teammates and other guys across the ball from you as well, man, because all said and done, football is a brotherhood, man. So it was great competing against 90 and the rest of those guys out there.
No, definitely. Absolutely. Now, one thing that we notice, I know you guys probably don't notice this until you maybe watch the film back, but the commentators actually, they try and 99% of the time they're calling out the play. So in a situation like that, you guys have to go, into training or, practice, things like that. Do you guys have to switch up your play calling, when it comes to different schemes and things like that each week? And how do you feel about that?
Well, every team always going to have their staple runs, meaning their core runs they run. And always going to be little nuances to the run depending on how you play your defense and how you line up. So I can tell you now, most of our offense won't change, but it will be nuances to it that may look a little different to get the defense to shift a little different. But for the most part, inside zone is inside zone, mid zone is mid zone, and wide zone is wide zone. Drop back pass is drop back pass. Either way how you put it, it's still drop back pass. So depending on what we get that week, man, what type of front we dealing with, whether it's an odd front, which is a 3-down front or a 4-down front, we just adjust properly. The same run's still going to be called. Just our rules are changing a little bit based on linebacker location on the front. So ain't nothing going to change. It's that our eyes got to be a little bit more better depending on how they line up in front of us. So that's just the nature of ball. So without game plan change, no, it ain't gonna change. It's just that now we got to study more and realize where our pieces be at and follow our rules.
Right. Now, just to go off of the football topic, because I want to know about you, okay. You're no longer at home right now. You're in Birmingham. How is that feeling right now? How are you feeling?
Well, Birmingham has been great, man. I mean, when I first got here, it was a little different. At the time, March Madness was going on. There was a lot going on downtown, and you know what I mean? You're trying to get a feel of everything. You got to get used to the hotel bed and got to get used to a lot of things, man. And also try to focus on football while still trying to adjust as an everyday citizen living in Birmingham now. So it was a little different, a little homesick. You're missing Nashville, you know what I'm saying? Wanting to be back at home and being at Broadway and experiencing the good things there. But at the same time, I transitioned real quick, man. It took a couple of days and it was out of my system. I was ready to play ball, you know what I mean? So now, man, I'm enjoying it, man. It's a great city. Got my lady now with me right now. She's over here on the iPad. And yeah, man, it's a good time, man, down in Birmingham.
No, definitely. And it's got to be an adjustment just from not being at home and then just switching it up real quick. Because I remember
Yeah, it's
when we
cool.
last talked before, you were headed there, I think the week after you're going to Birmingham. So, big adjustment, of course, not
Yep.
from your own bed into, that hotel bed. It's got to be an adjustment either way. But business is
Yeah,
business. You got to
definitely.
move on. You got to move forward.
Yeah, definitely, man. Just take care of business, do what you got to do with the man. You know what I mean? Pain, they say pain is temporary, you know what I'm saying? So it's cool. I think this is fun. I mean, at the end of the day, man, it's football, man. So every day you get to wake up and go play, make money playing football and do what you want to do. And, you know what I mean? And share these moments with not just my people, but people around the world as far as like meeting new people out at the gas stations, wherever. So it's cool.
That's the greatest thing about the USFL in general is because when we first started, we love football, we knew football, but getting to know you guys has been the greatest gift that we can actually beyond money, things like that, the connections that we have with yourself and other players, it's just that pays for itself. You know what I mean? There's no money
Yeah.
involved when it comes to a relationship building or connection. It's connections that were built for life pretty much. And
Yeah.
it's just a
Yeah.
great feeling. It's just incredible.
Definitely, man. I agree with that, man. That's how I agree with that wholeheartedly. Because I mean, when football is all said and done, man, you always want to worry about your relationships you made over the time of the years. And me personally, all the time, man. I still like before I got down here, I just done an internship with at Fanatics in Jacksonville because I'm about to move out to me and my lady moved back to Jacksonville, and just communicating with guys, whether I work ever there in Fanatics or not, just having a relationship and open communication with guys like that, man, it goes a long way whether I would choose to work there or not, you know what I mean? Even though they want me to. But and man, there's nothing wrong with having a relationship with you, Angelo, everybody around here, man. I'm new, I'm trying to meet as many people I can to build up my network, you know what I'm saying, and continue to stay in the loop because you never know. Me, you, Angelo, all of us might have one big multimedia platform one day. You never know. So
You never
that's that,
know.
that just be my vision, man, and just meeting everybody, man. So it's been great, man. So I never turned down a handshake from anybody. We had a nice little meet and greet downtown at the brewery a couple of days ago to honor our championship that the guys worked hard for last year. And it was just amazing to see all the people that came out and cheered on the Stallions, and just everybody that's out there was just so excited to meet us. You know what I mean? So, and it's just so important for us. I mean, to give back to those. So I encourage a lot of guys to go give back as much. So this week I plan to go to the Children's Hospital down here in Birmingham and just get a few guys to come along with me because I do a lot of recovery at this spot called Restore Wellness. And there was a lady that works there. She works in the hospital. She gave me my IV before the game. And she works there, and she take care of my body as well, good down there. So she was like, man, she work at the hospital, the Children's Hospital. I was like, man, I should get a couple guys to come through and just do your service for you to make you look good, but also to just to give back to these kids and let these kids be able to have a little fun and throw the ball with us. So whatever they can do, you know what I mean? That will make their day, make their parents' day. And, you know what I'm saying? We may forget about this maybe 2-3 days later, but they'll remember this forever. So it's just trying to make the impact on so many people, man, that go beyond football. After the game, making my purpose to go sign autographs and give hats out and give everything I had on and just give it away because it's more about them having a great experience than me worrying about what I just did on the field or the big block. I ran the guy all the way down the field. Y'all may see on Twitter and stuff, but who cares about that? So that's about me, bro.
No, definitely. It's all about creating, lifetime memories. Like you said, we
Yeah.
may forget a couple of days from now what we mentioned, today, but these kids will remember it forever, which is the greatest
Yep.
feeling and, the greatest gift you can give back, of course.
Yep. Yep.
Um,
So that's
so sticking with football, besides you playing, every Saturday and Sunday, you also have something else going on the side as well. You want to
yep.
touch base on that? What do you got going on?
Yeah, so like we spoke before, I do got my podcast called Top Tier Topics. That's my personal podcast where I interview guys and females from all over the world, and they got to be sports related. I prefer a lot of not to be sports because this is what I do 24/7. My life is sports. So sometimes I like to get outside and learn a little bit more about other people's backgrounds, where they come from. It don't matter where you come from. You just got out of prison for 14 years. I love to hear those stories and understand how you survive those stories. Understand like how this can connect to someone that may be in your same situation. You know what I'm saying? So I try to make sure my podcast is never repetitive about the same thing. Like Sports shows, I love them, but it gets repetitive. Same thing over and over. Sport. Sometimes you never get to understand who hype is before you touch that mic and the USFL logo behind you. Who was you before that? And that's the story a lot of people want to know before that. You know what I'm saying? We all know this part of you right here. It's the night, it's the glitz and glamour. But what about before you touch that? And that's the stories that I like to have on my podcast. You know what I'm saying? Makes you not only like you more, but understand you more and feel everything that you do and know why you do it. And that's why I like to interview people like that. So from country music singers to love and hip hop reality TV show stars, like it don't matter who it is. Albert Hainsworth, Reuben Foster was on my show, and I'm gonna get him on again as well. Man, just be all over the place, man, with people, man. Just whoever just got an interesting story, man. I don't have to have a blue check, nothing. But alongside of that, I still got to get my sports in as well. Now I do 3-Point Stance podcast with my guy Caleb, the GOAT, man, and we finally just got picked up by Steelers Nation, Steelers multimedia platform, man, and they gave us the opportunity, man. Well, they wanted us to come and use our platform, what we've been doing so far with our previous show called the Terrible DGF Show, to bring it, to merge it to the Steelers Nation platform and create a rebranding and see how we can bring more spark to them, because they was lacking a little bit of more spark. And me being a former Steeler, man, and former draft pick there, it helps a little bit bringing more fans and more camaraderie around the Steelers Nation platform right now. So it's been great, man, and the Steelers Nation thing, man. If anybody want to hop on there, man, whether you play for the Steelers or used to play for the Steelers or know someone that played for the Steelers, man, we'd love to have you on the show and talk a little bit about, you know what I'm saying, Steelers Nation, and what it's like to wear that black and gold if you wore before or you know someone that did. So it's cool, man. So it's fun, man. So tomorrow night I'll be having Jacob Copeland on tomorrow night, man, and talk a little bit about his combine experience, and a little bit about Maryland, a little bit about his offense he ran there, and how he planned, man, just to be a force if he's chosen by the Steelers, man, how he could be a force on the south side of Pittsburgh, and how Tomlin can use him on the opposite side of Deontay and George Pickens.
No, definitely. You definitely have to go ahead and text me that info so I can get it out, once we, wrap up, because I would definitely want to listen in myself, to that first podcast. Really, because you mentioned reality TV, and my wife and I were big ass fans of Love is Blind. So last night it was supposed to be live at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're waiting until like 10:30, 11 o'clock for the live reunion show. And Netflix just,
reality show. Reality shows is one of those things, man. I've always been kind of glued to, man, because they always give you that big question for us: is reality TV real or fake? Is The Bachelor real or fake? Man. Like, it's all this stuff. You know what I mean? You never know until you really get to understand these guys and get into their brain and let them tell you the real truth. And some people, what I've heard through one of my podcasts from Prince, he played on Love and Hip Hop season 2 of Miami, where he said that it's loosely scripted and it's very embellished. So it's real situations, and they just may flip it a little bit on the person that may be coming into the room, or they may put you in a situation where, I don't know, me and you're out, but someone kind of knows you and your wife is out with me, and they have maybe your ex come in that spot, you know what I mean, and start a whole scene. It's real for you, but you know what I'm saying, it's just stuff like that. Be like, well, it's kind of scripted, but it's real for you because you didn't know that was about to happen, and then you just react, you know what I mean? So it's just crazy, man. So, but it's fun to hear some of the stories and hear how that stuff gets shot and how it goes down, man. And so, man, I love getting reality TV stars on there and everybody, man. So I got my eyes on a few people, man. I'm trying to get on there. Maybe I think Black China. I'm trying to get her on here so bad, man. And she gave me a run around a little bit.
Palmer not that long ago. I listened to that one. She's really good.
Who Black
Kiki
China?
Palmer? Yeah, Black
Kiki
China
Palmer?
was.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. I listened to that. She was really good on that. They both are great. Kiki Palmer, I listen to, every week. I listen to a lot of podcasts too. My wife as well, but she's like they call her murderino. She loves that, those murders and things like that. I do too.
Murder mysteries.
Yeah. She can name off any serial killer there is. So I gotta be careful.
Yeah, my girl too.
Pissing her off, She like
maybe think these women psycho. How they know all these serial killers? Like, you know what I mean?
She's planning her next, man. She's planning it.
Man,
so I gotta
crazy,
stay level.
Man. But definitely, man. So that's pretty much my podcast is, man, from my personal podcast and my podcast I do with Caleb, man. That's more my sports podcast. My personal is more personal to people and understanding them And no matter what demographic you come from or what color your skin is, man, I want to understand you, man. Get to know you, and most importantly, get it out to people that may relate to you that you can affect in a positive way, man, in a positive way. So that's it, man. That's all I got for my podcasts.
But man, that's great though. I love to hear that type of stuff too, because before the USFL actually had a draft, you know what I mean? We were interviewing anyone and everyone that got a draft invite. You know what I mean? We wanted to, let the world know who everyone was, and gave them, the platform that we provided just to go ahead and tell their stories, because nobody knew who, Amani Dennis was at the time, or, any of these guys, Trey Tarpley. It was just, the original, even like somebody like Reggie Corbin, of course he's known like locally, but we wanted to give that platform and let everybody know just exactly, not just the number on, that they're wearing on their jersey, but who that individual is. And that's why we love doing what we do.
That's super important. Super important, man. I think that's super important. It just be so good, man. Great, man, for me, like, man, just going around and seeing so many people like, hey, man, I love your podcast. I love what you do off the field. And that brings more joy to me than actually what I do on the field. Because, I mean, look, like, let's be real. Like, you knew I can play ball. You know I can play. I play in the league. That's the reason why I play in the league. I can play. But what I do outside the football field is more connecting to you. That's why you choose to continue to have a relationship with me, because you think I'm a genuine guy that, you know what I'm saying, that's just easy going. It's easy to talk to, communicate with. And I think that's most important for me. That's how you build relationships, is being open to people and being able to relate to guys and women and be able to be in the same space as them and not make them feel beneath you because they can't do what you do on Saturdays. And that's just me, man. I just love to do this. I love doing podcasts. I love doing this media thing, man. Like, literally, before we started the show, I'm sitting editing the video right now for tomorrow. I'm sitting here doing the podcast with you, editing the video. So, man, if you can't tell, we got people out there, man. I love football to death. Please don't think I don't love football, because you see me play. I love ball. But
no, you do.
I love my podcast, and I love this thing right here called a Yeti mic. I love this.
Yes, definitely. I mean, as far as my background, I'm boring as hell. I mean, I'm a banker. I work in fraud, you know what I mean? So it's not, I don't have like a hell of a crazy story, but I mean, something crazy that did happen over the past weekend, which is crazy to me. My daughter and my wife, we went to a carnival, and about 50 to maybe 100 feet to the right of us, somebody pulled a gun. We all had to run for our life, legit. So that shit was scary. You know what I mean? Something that I had to watch my daughter like run for her life. That was, now she's traumatized. She's terrified. She doesn't want to, hit up another carnival again. I don't blame her. She's 14 years old. But, as far as, stories and things like that, that's pretty much the craziest thing that has happened to me in maybe 20, 25 years.
That's crazy, man. The reason what makes you that crazy, because I had that same thought come to my mind yesterday when we was going into the Alabama State Fair with me and my lady yesterday. We went there.
I saw that. I saw that.
I was like, what if someone just literally just pulled a gun out and just started shooting?
It's crazy.
And that's crazy you say that, because I was thinking the same thing. It's like, it's just so open. Yes, they have officers out there, but what if he doesn't care about his life? Then it's like, oh, well, he's gonna die anyway because he don't care. So he's gonna try to hurt as many people he can because he don't care if he died. And it's just like, man, I was like, man, I hope they got this place secure. That's the first thing I thought about, because there's like a lot of people out here. You just don't know what people carrying. And it's crazy out here, man. And it sucks for your 14-year-old daughter, because now her experiences for carnivals and anything of being a kid and having fun is ruined because of some crazy guy not understanding not to do nothing like that. You know what I mean? And it sucks, man. And I hope she can get over it one day. And well, if she doesn't, I mean, and the day she traumatized, and then we can do about it. But I hope she can get over that one day, man, and choose to go to Six Flags or something one day.
Six Flags, something, yeah, man. She's like, as long as there's metal detectors, I'll go. That's when she wants to go ahead and rejoin the world again. It's just crazy. I mean, I think she will get over it. She's a tough kid. She's a strong kid, but I mean, it just happened a few days ago, so it's still fresh in my mind.
And it doesn't hurt. It doesn't help either, seeing that she has a cell phone and seeing the things that's going on for all these worldwide global mass shootings and stuff like that. And her actually being part of one, I wouldn't say a mass shooting, but a guy just pulling a gun. You don't know if he can hit any one of you guys. You know what I mean? Exactly, so it's got to be traumatizing that she could have possibly been a victim of something like that. She keeps seeing this on her phone. So I see why I wouldn't want to go either no more.
It's
Yeah,
crazy.
man,
On
it's
a lighter
crazy.
note, though, I didn't realize how fast she can actually run because I was catching up with her, man. I'm trying,
She's been running.
screaming her
She's the
name. I'm
track
like,
down.
damn. She was
She got
going.
up
She
out of
was
there.
out. It was
Man, I'm
insane.
trying to tell you. That's crazy, man. But yeah,
Oh
man,
man.
it's a crazy world, man. But man, I'm excited, man. I hopped on, man. I love doing shows with you, man. It's great, man. It's fun to connect with you and everybody that you know as well, man. And yeah, man, get you down into a Birmingham Stallions game, man. And yeah, man, get to see this stuff live, man. Get to see me run guys live, man. And man, it's gonna be a good time, man. It's gonna be a great time.
That's on the list this summer, man. This spring is definitely on the list. I already told the wife I got to go to Birmingham. Got to meet my guys, D, Bobby, Jamar, all you guys. I'm not. I try to be unbiased when it comes to the USFL, but I have so many connections with Stallion players, and I got to meet you guys. So
yeah,
but
and
D,
another thing too, man.
Yeah, go ahead.
And that last thing, man. Another thing, man. And we can try to make this a weekly thing, man. Every week we do something like this, man. And I try to bring a player with me every single time. And that can help you out as well and help this thing grow. So I'll try to bring a player in every time, whether it's Bo, whether it's Jamar, whether it's Alex, whether it's whoever you want, I could bring, man. I got much respect on the team, man. A lot of guys respect what I do, how I play, man. And they be down to do whatever I choose for them to do with me, man. They know it's going to be, you know what I'm saying, in positive favor. So, man, next week I plan on getting someone with you. Don't worry about it. I'll bring the guests.
I appreciate that. That's much respect to you, D. You don't have to do something like that. Having you on it is a gift enough to me, but that's even better. Blow this thing right up. We'll talk Stallions, we'll talk football, we'll talk anything, man. That's why it's Talking with Hype. It's not just football related. I want to go ahead and just grow it into, many other things. Have my Boston accent just fly free and just go all out.
Quick question: Have you had Scooby yet?
What's that?
Have you had Scooby yet?
Scooby? No, not yet. We've talked, but we've talked a little bit, but not on camera just yet.
Don't worry about it. I take care of that. Scooby is my guy. I gave him a pair of cleats, so he owed me one. Yeah.
D, I want to thank you again so much, man, for jumping on once again. And we'll definitely keep in touch throughout the week. And definitely, I appreciate also you tagged me in the Instagram post, which I enjoy. I always share that
always
story.
Keep you tagged in, man. Keep you tagged in, man. Always. All right, man. I appreciate it, man. And let me know. Hit my phone during the week, man, and see what you got in mind. And Scooby right up next.
Appreciate it, man. Hey, everyone, thank you so much for watching. This has been Talking with Hype. We are out.